Continue with the 2JZ. Now, it's still Monday, February 19, 2024. I remove all the valve springs, retainers, seals, everything, washers, and are in order here. Exactly from where I remove it, I place it here to don't have any headache. Okay? I don't want to add more things. The same thing also with the valves. Exhaust valves here, number 1, 2, 3, and so on, and the same thing for the intake. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Standing by this one. What am I doing here? Now that I don't have the valves on, it's a good chance to see what he told me, my friend, that you know what, the gear for the exhaust camshaft is wobbling. And it's one good thing, good chance to see what's going on. Now, I already put the intake camshaft here, and I see also some dents here on the gear. Don't ask me who and how they did that, I have no clue. But what I know for sure, I know that when you bring it at this position, it's tight. Here it's even more tight. All right? And then when you reach at this point, from this point till this point, it's fine. I'm talking about here. From here till here, it's not okay. It's here, it's supposed to be. Now, some of you, you're gonna say, you know, Tasos, it's not the right way. Yes, it's not the right way. You're right on that. Why? Because you have 7 attachment points and you have a very long cylinder head. The ideal gonna be to torque down the cylinder head on the block properly, how it's supposed to be, and then check what's going on. Keep in mind that it's not a new generation cylinder head or a new or whatever. All right, but at least I'm gonna have one idea what's going on. I'm talking about that on the 4-cylinder of the V8, you don't have 7 attachment points on the journals for its camshaft, and it's not so long the cylinder head. So that's my point. But what can I do here? I can just measure the camshaft, each one of these, the intake and the exhaust. I can put also the caps, and I can remove one cap at a time to put the micrometer to see where it has run out. Before I do that, let's put also this gear on. You see that here it's nice and clean surface, I don't see any problem here. The same thing also here on the surface, it's nice. All right, there's no problem here front. And just for your information, I get also the other 2 camshafts from the other cylinder head because I want to compare it. It's not bad, right? If I had a lathe, it's gonna be much better, but it is what it is. We can do it also here. Meanwhile, I received one video clip, one small clip from the machine shop regarding the engine block. The engine block is at the machine shop currently, and they sent me this, the crack on the block. They spray on it, they put first on liquid, then they spray on it, and then it shows to you from how long it's the crack. It's very light crack, it's not, it's minor crack, okay? For the reason how we want to use it, for how, yeah, that you're gonna make 3-4 runs, it will gonna hold, it's gonna stay, most probably. There's just checking it, and we're gonna check also the cylinder number 6 to see if there is a crack or if it's only on the surface, all the problem. Now, give me a second to put the gear on and just spin the camshaft. I wanna see, you see that this gear, when I'm spinning it, it spins through. At least by eye, I don't see wobbling, all right? Let's put also this one on. Exhaust cam gear in place. It spins a little bit. Here it's tight. Like I said, doesn't mean anything, this one. And here it's free. All right, let's see the gear. Yep, and the gear is wobbling. Yep. Yep, it makes this movement. It's visible actually. Yep. Now, let's do a different thing. let's put this gear on this camshaft, on the intake. It's the same, you can exchange it. This is for the mechanical fuel pump. Alright, let's put it here. If I had a lathe, it would gonna be amazing, but. Now, exchanging only the gear, not the bolt. That means this bolt is gonna end up again on the intake camshaft, and this one on the exhaust camshaft. And I'm doing this. Alright. Yeah, I need both hands, not one hand. Yeah, and I'm still recording. Go figure out. Right? Right. So give me a second to see what's going on here. To put the bolt. This, how you can recognize the gears. You see the grease here, the assembly grease. Here it doesn't have. Alright. Because it has the bolt here and has inside. Alright, so this will gonna end up here. And this will gonna end up here. Alright, how you can recognize its gear, you can recognize this has these marks here, and this is a positive actually. Dang it, who the fuck did that? And then you can see the previous one that I saw you, the intake one that now I put on the exhaust. Now I cannot see nothing by eye. Let me bring the micrometer here to put it to see. Alright, let's see now the exhaust cam gear on the intake camshaft, okay, with the bolt and the washer for the intake camshaft, okay. Let's see, it's not being bolted down, it's on the fly, okay. You have 300 millimeter. This is 300 millimeter, the wobbling of this gear. Let me check this one. This was much more. This gear on this camshaft, it was much greater. Let's change it. Intake cam gear on the exhaust camshaft. All right. And then we see, oh boy. Just a second. More than 210 of millimeter. More than 210. Yep. Almost 310 of millimeter. Now, as it is, let me put again this gear back here and this gear here. Swapping the gears, okay? You see the black lines here. Here it's not, it's clean, fine. So we have the intake gear as it was on the intake camshaft and the exhaust gear on the exhaust camshaft. And then we are coming here to see what's going on. Here we have 0.5 millimeter. That's why it's visible to my eyes, at least. They run out when I'm spinning it fast. Now, if you spin it slowly, you don't see nothing. There is this gear here on this camshaft. It's by just 300 millimeter, and this gear on this camshaft, it's something like, how much I said, 310 of millimeter. If I exchange it, you have 0.5 millimeter here. This one I didn't measure it. I didn't get any measurement, to be honest with you. What I want to do, I want to get the other camshafts over there, because, like I said before, I believe that these camshafts are much better than these camshafts. These two, okay? Let's try to do the same thing with the same gears, but with these camshafts. Also to see where it bites. That bites here. If it's from the cylinder head, it's gonna be identical. That means this one, as an example, here at this point it's free, all right? This point, let's put a mark here, all right? At 7 o'clock here, it starts spinning freely. And then when it reaches 3 o'clock here, it's stuck. It doesn't turn freely. So we have, let us say, 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock on the intake camshaft. And on this one, no worries, even with that, I'm gonna see. Here it's stuck. Here it's stuck at 1 o'clock, alright? Till 9 o'clock. 1 o'clock till 9 o'clock, right? Yeah, 1 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then it's tight. And here, what I said, it comes freely here at 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock here, not even 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Again, it's not bolted down. It's not bolted down the cylinder head, it's not bolted down also the caps for the camshafts. Just saying, one fast checkup for the camshafts. Aftermarket camshafts installed, okay? That's the reprofile one, and that's the aftermarket one. This is supposed to be billet, okay? The rubber hammer here, I have it just only to tap gently the gears to come out because it has a tight fit. Now, one of the difference, the clearance that it has for the axle movement here, it has this movement. Okay, so I'm gonna push it inwards, inside, full back, and then we're gonna spin it. And you see something like 600 millimeter, no, 500 millimeter. 5 to 600 millimeter run out, okay? And again, it's not being bolted down, the cylinder head or the caps. Don't make me repeat myself again. It's being bolted down, the bolt here. What's my point? It's not the gear, it's the camshaft. That's my point. That's why I didn't bother to put the caps. I put a bet that the camshaft itself, it's bent. It's not straight. Okay. And it doesn't. This camshaft doesn't bite anywhere. Let me release to don't hear the sound. I cannot do that on the intake camshaft because the lobe it's bigger, slightly bigger, and it's touching on the cylinder head, and I don't want to hurt the camshaft. You see it's touching there, the lobe. So you need to clean a little bit this area. But for the exhaust, I can do it, there's no problem. So my point is that it doesn't bite anywhere, it doesn't come tight, the camshaft. You see how it spins, right? It's not like the other one that you have to put it, let us say, from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock, it bites, it's grabbing, it's holding it. This spins nice. Okay, on this one, I cannot do it, I told you. Just a second. Alright, what I did, what's working, I get the intake camshaft, the aftermarket, and I put on the exhaust side, because here, it's not the same. You cannot put the exhaust on the intake because it doesn't fit here, obviously. And here, when you put the intake on the exhaust, you have more clearance. That's why it's playing. But I can spin it. And it spins nice. Something that's not happening with this camshaft, or with this camshaft. I wish to didn't have the lathe on the box and to have it outside to show you, but dang it, from wherever you're gonna see this engine, the crack on the cylinder head, the line on the number 6 cylinder, the cylinder head on the valve seats, the camshafts. The only good thing with this cylinder head, it's the valve guides and the valve springs. That's why yeah. If I had to use these camshafts, what it takes, you're gonna tell me, okay, Tasos, don't use this camshaft, use this one. It's not that simple. It's not that fucking simple. Why it's not that simple? I have to clean the cylinder head here up, don't touch the lobe, to have a clearance for the lobe, for this camshaft, for the intake camshaft I'm talking about. First one, this is easy, this is not a big deal. The second thing, the most important thing, I have to F my life trying to make the clearance between these caps and the lobes. The cam follower, I'm talking this, to the camshaft. I cannot just put it blindly and say, okay, it'll go around. It's not like that. This will gonna take me time, you know. Dang it. It's gonna be nice if this stupid camshaft was rolling like this one. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah. In any case, I have no clue. Till now, I have no clue what should I do. Should I start lapping the valves here, clean the cylinder head, lapping the valves, and moving on? And then with the camshaft, what I'm gonna use? My finger, my hand. Yeah, never mind. Another small update. I need to call my friend to see if he has any other camshafts at least. But no, even. It would be nice if he had a healthy cylinder head. But he already brought me two. After that, what? I'm gonna have 10 cylinder heads here from a 2JZ. And the other one from the billet block, where I put it? Ah, it's over there. Okay. All right. The other cylinder head from the billet block is here, but this it's a different customer. This is the billet one. This, yeah, don't forget the Daza. This is a sleeve Daza. It came for different reason. This because the owner, he left it with the ethanol inside for how long, and they came rusty the valves, and they're not sealing the cylinders anymore. I have to lap the valves on this. I have to lap the valves probably on that. Dang it. And I'm still waiting also for the machine shop, the next video for the cylinder number 6 to see how it's gonna be. Yeah, it makes sense to wait from machine shop to make the leak test with the water. Makes sense, yeah, to pressurize it, the block, and then to see how it's gonna continue. But once again, this camshaft, it's a cast iron, it has run out also. Yeah, amazing, lovely. Over and out, finish.